The Mike magazine will be coming to you with more exclusive interviews. Guess who's going to be next? I guess we will never know. Stay tuned to Delta Sip. Angela Buckney here, the voice behind the mic. Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. And if you need a commercial, let me know. Want to advertise? Not a problem. We have affordable rates. Call 662-207-2077. The views and opinions expressed in this channel are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they may represent or affiliate.
I've lived here 18 years, and Steve Rosenthal is the most effective mayor we have had by far.
And if you call him for anything, one thing I can say, he will get on it.
I want people to vote for Steve Rosenthal because he has made a difference.
One thing about Steven Rosenthal, when you need him, he's there.
He genuinely cares about Indianola.
I can tell you one thing about Steve Rosenthal, he makes things happen.
Steve Rosenthal has been a great mayor.
Looking for a cool place to have your next function? The B.B. King Museum has one of the most unique rental facilities in Mississippi. Whatever the event, we have the space to fit your needs. And our Barksdale Gin space seats up to 125. Professional audio equipment is available on site too. Call us at 662-887-9539. Or visit us at bbkingmuseum.org.
Jackson, get ready for a Wonder Celebration. Sunday, November 2nd, 3 p.m. at Hines Community College in Raymond in Kane Cochran Hall. Get ready for the world-renowned Canton Spiritual. The Loving Sisters from North Carolina. The Bolton Brothers. The Alabama Girls. Get ready for the Utica Southern Air. The sensational Chosen Voices. And the Anointed Voices. Doors open at 3 p.m. and the program starts at 4. For tickets and more information, call 601-906-4317 or 601-613-1653. Come on and ride this train to a Wonder Celebration. Sunday, November 2nd at Hines Community College in Raymond in Kane Cochran Hall.
Did you know there's a judge in Mississippi who's blocked private school funding? Her name is Crystal Wise Martin. And although she voted to stop children from getting funding, the Mississippi Supreme Court saw fit to rule in favor of the private schools and granted funding for infrastructure through federal funding. Just recently, True Healing Under God, along with the Whistleblower Project and other organizations, partnered together to raise awareness about yet another child. Judge Crystal Wise Martin is accused of being unfair in her rulings by Dollister Sanders, who said that she's not seen her grandbaby for almost 3 years. And not just her, but her daughter, who is the mother of the child. State Representative Fabian Nelson said it shouldn't be this difficult to get a ruling as it relates to custodies and keeping families together. Should Judge Crystal Wise Martin pass this case to a different judge, or should she continue to oversee this case?
Take me through that, take me through that. Take me through that, take me through that. Take me through that.
Girl that a wham in a circle, even if a little make a jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if a little make a jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if a little make a jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if a little make a jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if a little make a jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if a little make a jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if a little make a jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if a little make a jump like a hurdle.
And welcome to another segment of Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. Y'all, I won't be before you guys long at all, but I do have some concerns, right? We got a lot of people out there who are being looked over, a lot of people who are just completely ignored. And we're talking about a specific group of people, and these are tenants who are paying their rent, right, to landlords, and they are not getting adequate living. They're not living in adequate spaces, right? And so we have a special guest today out of Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're going to talk about some things that's happening in Shreveport as it relates to what it is that is important to their specific area, but it also bleeds over to Mississippi, that is our neighboring state. And so we're going to hear from Jermaine Anderson in just a second. Let me bring him on. How about that? Welcome to the show, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Look, I know you are just amped up and on one because we do know that just the other day we had um, this FBI raid to take place in the Mississippi Delta,
Hmm.
and we had people who were prominent, who were named amongst the folks who were arrested in this raid. Now,
Hmm.
you have been raising awareness about situations going on in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Hmm.
Does this give you hope about what you've been talking about in the past few years?
Yes, yes. It gives me great hope. Yes, thank you for asking. It gives me great hope. Now it shows everybody that the walls of corruption is crumbling down. I know sometimes with these investigations they could take 2, 3 years, but it seems as I don't know, especially it seems with this one, it seems as though the FBI moved they move slow, but I feel this go around, they moved quicker than I've ever seen them move before.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it takes up to 5 years or more just for them to even act on something. So
Mm-hmm.
now, it's really giving me us hope here, us hope here in Shreveport, because I've been speaking on this the last few years.
You
Sometimes
have.
and sometimes it takes years to keep speaking on something because you fault the legislation, the state legislation as well too, because of for certain laws and things of that nature. But yeah, I seen all that. That was something.
Now, we want to talk today about landlords. And,
Yes.
I have a post right here. It says one landlord used the Ellis Act to mass evict her tenants,
Oh
then
wow.
immediately turned around and started renting their apartments on Airbnb. So that was just something I came across, like a comic strip. But if this is happening, this is sad because you got tenants. That tenant landlord relationship needs to be strong,
Hmm.
right? And,
Right.
and and there needs to be transparency. If I am a tenant and I'm paying you money every month, everything, my living should not be substandard. Okay, it should be where if I walk in, I need to turn on the lights. There's no flickering, right? If I need to use my stove, there's no gas leak. If I need to, if I need to use my water, it's not flowing outside. It's not a slow leak. There, we don't have all of these water bills and sky high, things like that. The tenant, if the tenant can keep up their end of the bargain, surely the landlord should be doing the same thing. And we are having the same concerns right here in the state of Mississippi. And when you hit me up and you were like, hey, we need to bring some coverage, bring some exposure to what's going on with this tenant landlord thing. Now, I'm going to pull something up on the screen, and I need you to explain what this is. Okay,
Okay.
what are we looking at? This comes from
Oh,
KTBS 3 News.
that's correct. Okay, this just recently happened, and this is what I've been speaking on again for the last 3 years concerning these rental scams and property managers stealing the money here. It's horrible here. So this is
Allegedly
yeah,
stealing. Uh-huh.
yeah, allegedly. My bad. Yes, allegedly. And so this gives me even greater hope now as well for what I just mentioned. That all the while I've been speaking on this, this is now
Mhm.
coming to fruition. Now they're going after them. So what we're looking at is a former property manager for the Mount Canaan Village Apartments here in Shreveport.
Mhm.
She was stealing. Allegedly, she allegedly stole thousands and thousands of dollars of rent. People were actually thought they were paying the legitimate property manager. Come to find out, she was an imposter.
Mhm.
She was using an alias, all kind of stuff. And the way she was caught was one of the tenants who remained anonymous, which was good. they remained anonymous and blew the whistle on her because, and at that point, she sent it to the actual corporate office or head management office. I think it was out somewhere, and that's how they found her. Oh yeah, and so they identity theft, everything. Oh yeah.
Wow. And so you got to remember, we have young mothers and fathers, we have vulnerable adults, we have those who um, have mental illness, but they're functional. You know what I mean? Like they can live on their own, they can function.
Mm-hmm.
But I would consider them vulnerable too.
Mm-hmm.
Because they look to that tenant landlord relationship to be a strong one and one that is of integrity, right? But what we're finding is you got a lot of elderly people who are being bullied. They're
Yep.
being bullied. A lot
Yep.
of people who get what we call the SSI check,
Mm-hmm.
disability checks, being
Mm-hmm.
bullied, that if they say something about the conditions in which they are living, they will be put out on the streets. You
Yes.
know, and what do you have to say about that?
I know here in the state of Louisiana, and I think, and I'm also sure of it in the state of Mississippi, you do know that retaliation among landlords is illegal, and which in fact is even to a point of a criminal offense. If you really dig deeper and research into that law, landlords have been doing this for years. Tenants have been scared into silence, and this is our freedom of speech. We should be able to speak out on things as this without fears of being put out, scared to death. Some scared to death even speak, and that shouldn't be. We all have a voice. I
And,
feel,
and we have people, Jermaine, who are on Section 8, or
yeah,
they're living in, you know, the housing, the divisions and stuff like that with
mhm,
where they get the federal assistance, right? And
mhm,
so you
right,
got people who are harping on the fact that the elderly are afraid and
yo,
that they will be quiet or allow people to hurt them and indirectly hurt them, meaning you do as I say or
mhm,
you're going to get put out on the streets. But
right.
let me tell you something, what I love, the feds are in town.
Yes, they are.
The feds are in town and this stuff is going to stop. It's,
Yes,
hey, in Mississippi, in the Delta, we're drawing a line. We're saying no more. No
right.
more will you be
Mm,
bullying our
mm,
elderly people. No more will you
mm,
be bullying our mothers who on Section 8 and food stamps and things like that. Those benefits are there for a reason. And you're not supposed to be a slumlord or some type of a warlord over them that you're going to punish them for speaking out against things that they feel are injustices. The
yes,
feds, Jermaine, the feds are in town.
yes, they are, and they need to come right here to this report. They need to come
Mm-hmm.
right here. They need to come right here because we need it because it's not fair. And that particular apartment complex I just mentioned, just exactly what you said. They have elderly. It's mainly like a senior citizen place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like a retirement type complex.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's the one. I know that's the one. And
Mm-hmm.
but we got two different ones. And the one that this lady was at, where she was at, was the older people complex out here.
Mm-hmm.
They're being, like you said, they're being bullied, scared of retaliation. They have, the city has failed us on multiple levels. On multiple levels, I was complete negligence in my own standpoint. They have failed us completely. Even passing just regular ordinance to keep the tenants with stronger protections, they have done absolutely nothing for us here in Shreveport. Nothing. And even on the state level, nothing new has passed. Now they've been directly going after these property owners, but I'm talking about on the renter side. You know, we have certain laws on the state level, but nothing on a local level, which I think is horrible.
Let me ask you, have you gone to your state representative, the person in your district, the person in your area who represents on the legislative side?
Mhm. Yes, I've called Baton Rouge. I've even written Baton Rouge. That's where they're at. That's where they're located, in New Orleans. But the main office, the state legislation office in the city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I've written letters. I've even called. I don't know if they're back in session, but so hopefully when they come back into session, we'll see what happens. I've even spoken to our state legislator, you know, the local people, local level people, and so I'm bringing it to the forefront. So now it's on them to pass these laws, or even pass these laws or statutes.
And I mean, even if they're passing something as simple as an ordinance, they got to get it started somewhere. Because when you said local level, I'm thinking councilmen, or we call them aldermen in some places.
Yeah.
But they need to put an ordinance, or if
Yes.
they have it in place, they need to enforce it, because
Correct.
that landlord tenant relationship has been split. I mean, there's a problem there. You know
Yes.
what I mean? There's a problem.
They throw everything on the state, which I think is to me is a disgrace. I mean, for y'all not to pass an ordinance, there's some law here. There's something within the laws that prevents them from passing even rent control. So legislation has to be the overseer of all this. It prevents, if there's a law or something that's the law where it prevents the local council people on a local level from enacting rent control, rent withholding, and which that's why progress has been horrible here. There has been no progress because they haven't even fought on the state level to get this removed to where this can get unblocked to where they can pass the plans.
But you do know there are code enforcers in every municipality,
Yes.
right? Those code enforcers need to be doing their jobs.
Yes, they
They
do.
need to be held accountable. If
Yes,
people
they
are
do.
if they are alleging that we got mold mildew, we got bed bugs, we got all types of stuff that the landlord needs to be cited for. I mean, I'm trying to see, who are you friends with them? Why is it that no citation has been issued?
Yes.
And then, but you got to remember, on the flip side, we have to remember, what if the allegations are so egregious that everybody is having to be forced to move? So you got people who say, well, I don't want to be put out on the streets. What I have learned is this: they will not put them on the streets. They will have to listen to me, and you listen to me good. Those landlords are responsible for housing them at a hotel or somewhere until further notice.
Yes, yes, they are. Landlords are responsible. Property managers are responsible for relocation. The property owners are responsible. That is law. There is a law, not direct.
According to what I'm told about some housing people, they
Mhm.
are, if they have Section 8, if
Mhm. Or
they're
how,
getting some type of federal funding, they
yes,
will not be put out. You cannot put them out. But
so
these are
can.
scare tactics
Yes,
used. That's why, baby, I'm so glad the feds are in town.
yes, they are.
The
Yes.
feds are in Shreveport too. They just not saying nothing.
Yep, just not saying nothing. Yes, they should have been here. I feel they should have been here 3 years ago. But
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so happy they're here. But yes, they are responsible, especially if you're on Section 8 under any type of public housing voucher.
That's right. Public
The,
housing. That's what I was trying to
the,
say. Yes.
yeah, no, you're good. The apartment complex, I mean, excuse me, the landlord and the landlord, whoever's the property manager, is responsible for your relocation, moving expenses.
Absolutely.
The tenant shouldn't have to be liable for moving expenses, especially when they were living in unlivable conditions.
Do you have like an update on what happened to this property manager? You said now she was pretending to be a property manager,
Yes,
Jermaine?
yes. It was like an imposter. She was like an imposter. She was using a fake name over there in Mount Canyon. Yeah.
So the authorities got her?
No, they're still looking for her.
Are you serious?
Yep. Yep. They're still looking for her. Yep.
Thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything else you would like to say? Because we want this message to get out in
Yeah.
Mississippi as well as our neighboring state, Louisiana.
Okay, I'm gonna go very quick. Yes, there needs to be a rent withholding law passed for both the states of Louisiana and the state of Mississippi, or even a local ordinance would be great, that where tenants and renters can withhold their rent when landlords fail to make repairs or when renters are living in unlivable conditions, meaning no hot running water, no utilities, things of that nature, and mold. Mold will kill you. Mold will kill you. So any type of those unhabitable conditions where renters will be able to withhold rent, won't have to pay rent, and keep it until their repairs are made or they're able to move whatever they have to do.
And what some people don't know, Jermaine, you lived in Mississippi for a spell. Is that correct?
No. Yes, in Jackson.
And so this is important. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And we're just saying Mississippi and Louisiana. We don't know what Tennessee and Alabama and Arkansas, what they're going through because they've
Right.
not reached out to the Mike magazine like you have.
Right.
And we're so
Mhm.
grateful that you did. We got to bring you back
Yes.
because we want to talk about your chief of police in Shreveport and the
Yes.
allegations levied against him.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Thank you.
Hmm. Absolutely. And again, people, that was Jermaine Anderson. He is out of Louisiana, and he's talking about Baton Rouge as well as Shreveport,
Mhm.
things that are happening. And, you know, with the landlords and people who are, seemingly don't really care to um, go the extra mile to do the right thing. And so, based on what was just on the screen there, we had someone who, um, they're, I don't know if it's a joke or they're, just trying to get a point across, but with these Airbnbs, that's a popular thing right now. And so instead of just charging tenants, I imagine they felt that it's just necessary to do an Airbnb, but that still does not rectify the situation because we're talking about elderly people being displaced, right? Um, and they should not feel threatened at any point in their stay as a tenant if they bring up or try to raise awareness about their living conditions. And ladies and gentlemen, again, I am so glad the feds are in town. I am so glad the feds are here. I'm glad. I'm so glad because it's so many allegations that are floating around. And matter of fact, let me play you this.
Do also. If you don't let her fill it out, she can also throw it away. Right. Because she don't know who on there, she can throw it away. She was in but I didn't see her. I just saw her trunk open. She was supposed to come back at 5 o'clock, so she was waiting on her.
I think she had been on it because she told me that she was coming back. Because I didn't vote. She told me.
Now, that's an elderly person saying, I didn't vote for Featherstone. Well, you might ask, who is Featherstone? Featherstone is the current mayor of Indianola. And again, these are some strong allegations, so much that the former mayor of Indianola, Steve Rosenthal, put pen to paper and notified the circuit clerk in Indianola, Mississippi. If you can hear me, click the like button. If you can hear me, click the like button. If you're trying to leave a comment, we cannot see it. You have to leave it on our professional page, The Mike Magazine, okay? But it has gotten, those allegations are so serious that the current candidate who's running to be reelected as mayor in Indianola notified. Now, this is nothing contesting anything, but to put the circuit clerk on notice about some allegations that are happening to some of the most vulnerable people in her county, which would be the elderly. Okay. And we're going to talk more about that. We're going to break this letter down. We're going to talk more about it. But again, to notify the circuit clerk that this is happening in her county is what Mayor Steve Rosenthal did. And some may say, why do you call him mayor? Because in my mind, once a mayor, always a mayor. The title goes with them. And so it is raising some concerns. And the video that I just played has since gone viral. And people are concerned because when you have an elderly person alleging that, they're not able to vote on a mail-in ballot that was sent to their name, right? They're alleging that some woman is going door to door asking them, had the mail-in ballot come in, right? I'm telling you, I'm so glad the feds are in town. When I was at the press conference in Oxford the other day, you know what they revealed to us in the press conference? They said they didn't even tell the district attorney until the cat was out of the bag. And I think those are his exact words, that when the cat was out the bag, that's when they made the call to the local district attorney. Okay. The feds are in town. They are. And I'm glad about it. And we're going to come back and we're going to break all of this here down. But I'm glad that we had Jermaine Anderson to come on from Louisiana. Shout out to Jermaine. He did give us some information on some current stuff that has been hitting the news there, right? Which would be this here. And he did break it down so you guys can go and watch the replay. We're not going to talk about it again, but we're glad that Jermaine did come on to this platform and he's raising awareness about what is happening with our elderly and our vulnerable people in Louisiana and Shreveport as it relates to landlord-tenant relationships. Okay, that is very, very, very important. We want to ask that you guys please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our channel is growing by leaps and bounds. Our Facebook channel growing by leaps and bounds. We're up to 34,000 people on our Facebook side. We're almost at 8,000 on our YouTube channel, and we're very grateful for you all. We want to get you guys to continue to donate. We thank you so much for our donation that came through when we were in Oxford. Man, we gathered $50 worth of donations, and so we're just grateful. And just hit that Cash App. It is $MICTV. I mean, that money went a long way for us. It may not seem like it, but we're very grateful for our people who are donating. Okay. Angela Buckner here, the voice behind the mic, Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. And now I gotta go. And don't forget, if you need a venue somewhere where you can have a conference or host a party or anything that is calling for bigger space, you might want to call the number on the screen and get with the BB King Museum, because they do have a venue available for you all. And I'm thinking about renting it out myself, right? Because I've been throwing block parties, but I think these block parties are about to come to an end. Again, Angela Buggin here, the voice behind the mic, Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. And now I gotta go.
Lived here 18 years, and Steve Rosenthal is the most effective mayor we have had by far.
And if you call him for anything, one thing I can say, he will get on it.
I want people to vote for Steve Rosenthal because he has made a difference.
One thing about Stephen Rosenthal, when you need him, he's there.
He genuinely cares about Indianola.
I can tell you one thing about Steve Rosenthal, he makes things happen.
Steve Rosenthal has been a great mayor.
When aches and pains hit you in some of the most stressful areas, consider a massage at Lux Haven Oasis in Greenville, Mississippi. Treat yourself or someone you love to a luxury massage spa. At Lux Haven Oasis, there are benefits to massage therapy. For instance, it reduces stress and tension, calms the nervous system, relieves muscle cramps, and much more. Lux Haven Oasis, where healing meets luxury. Book your appointment today.
What you're doing right now, and download the G Wood Live app. It's absolutely free. There's no cost. I'll say it again. It's absolutely free. It's your way to stay connected and stay involved in the community. Download the G Wood Live app on your Apple or your Google Play. Stay connected.
Don't go nowhere.
Because accidents can happen anytime, anywhere. You might need an attorney named Malik Z. Shabazz, with 26 years personal injury experience, providing nationwide services. Attorney Malik Z. Shabazz has collected millions for his clients, and you could be next. Call today, 301-513-5445. Know your rights. Call Attorney Malik Z. Shabazz today. Traditional radio is becoming a thing of the past. No need to panic. There's no need to fear. The DMJ Broadcast Ministry of Daryl Moore Jr. is here, ready to help you navigate yourself right into some inspiration, laughter, and motivation. Because after all, it is an inspirational radio station. Allow us to help you get through your night, day, week, month, and the entire year. To get through, call 662-947-1773 or scan the QR code.
Looking for a cool place to have your next function? The B.B. King Museum has one of the most unique rental facilities in Mississippi. Whatever the event, we have the space to fit your needs. And our Barksdale Gin space seats up to 125. Professional audio equipment is available on site too. Call us at 662-887-9539. Or visit us at bbkingmuseum.org.
Lived here 18 years, and Steve Rosenthal is the most effective mayor we have had by far.
And if you call him for anything, one thing I can say, he will get on it.
I want people to vote for Steve Rosenthal because he has made a difference.
One thing about Steven Rosenthal, when you need him, he's there.
He genuinely cares about Indianola.
I can tell you one thing about Steve Rosenthal, he makes things happen.
Steve Rosenthal has been a great mayor.
The Mike Magazine. Facebook is okay. However, YouTube is way better. Go follow my mom on YouTube.
That's right.
Like, subscribe, get notified. Timothy Buckner here, a voice behind the mic.
And remember, if you need a professional commercial, let me know. Angela Buckner here, the voice behind the mic.
The mic.